Here, high among peaks where the morning mist drapes itself over timber and stone, Edge begins his day in a world far removed from the roar that once defined him. This is a sanctuary where vast windows have replaced spotlights, and a profound quiet has taken the place of cheering masses. After decades immersed in the intensity of world wrestling entertainment, he deliberately chose spaciousness, craftsmanship, and quiet distance over a life of excess. Today, we are invited into his mountain retreat to explore its architecture and the land it rests on, and to understand how his life and daily rhythms signal a conscious turn from chaos to a grounded, intentionally guarded existence. The story of Edge's career does not begin with a sudden explosive arrival. It was built quietly, through a series of small choices, repeated relentlessly until mere effort transformed into mastery. Born Adam Copeland, he learned early on to endure rather than to demand. Raised by a single mother who worked two jobs and taught him that progress comes from consistency, not comfort. In his world, there were no shortcuts, only the virtues of patience and responsibility. That foundational, steady rhythm cultivated the very discipline that would later empower his career to withstand pressure, overcome setbacks, and outlast time itself. As a young man, Edge discovered a sense of clarity in professional wrestling, seeing past the spectacle to appreciate its underlying structure. The performers he admired revealed a fundamental truth: that success was a product of precise timing, constant repetition, and an unwavering will to survive. He began his training under the guidance of veterans Ron Hutcherson and Sweet Daddy Siki, but his own progress was anything but immediate. At one point, Edge stepped away from training to work multiple jobs, prioritizing stability for his family over personal ambition. Upon completing his studies in broadcasting, he came back to the ring, this time with a far more defined sense of purpose. That interruption proved vital. It taught him that momentum is something you build, not something you chase. His formative years as a professional were spent on the road in modest venues all across North America. He performed in both solo matches and tag teams, mastering the craft of engaging a crowd without the assurance of cameras or contracts. His partnership with Christian became a significant turning point, less for the titles they won and more for the deep understanding it gave him of how collaboration can foster longevity. In 1997, he earned a developmental contract with the World Wrestling Federation. When he made his television debut as Edge, the character was a mirror of the man behind him, controlled, deliberate, and patient. His success unfolded in deliberate stages. His first Intercontinental Championship victory happened in front of his hometown crowd, grounding the professional achievement in personal memory. Dominance in the tag team division followed, leading to a gradual ascent in singles competition. Edge's rise was a slow burn, not a flash fire. His career grew through calculated acts of reinvention, most famously with the Money in the Bank concept, which celebrated shrewd timing over brute force. That strategic opportunism would become his signature. The championships he gathered were not just isolated wins. They stood as evidence of his profound adaptability. By the time his career reached its zenith, Edge had captured every major men's title available, an accomplishment born not just of dominance, but of an incredible ability to survive across different eras of the sport. Injuries ultimately forced a difficult reckoning. An early retirement came, and with it, a period of silence. During this time, Edge redirected his energy toward acting, writing, and securing his long-term stability. Roles in film and television offered a new source of income without the physical toll, while his autobiography gave him the power to tell his own story on his own terms. When Edge finally returned to wrestling years later, his motivation was not to reclaim his former status, but to bring his story to a proper conclusion, with control and restraint shaping every step. Edge's career is a model of a steady climb from obscurity to enduring relevance, a path paved with patience, control, and precise timing. Each phase of his journey fortified the next, turning adversity into refinement. What he leaves behind is not merely a highlight reel, but a legacy defined by endurance and the sheer power to last. The career of a professional wrestler is a journey of highs and lows, a constant and unpredictable rhythm. And now, we turn our attention to the mountain home, where he resides today, to explore what makes this place his sanctuary. Edge acquired this home in Asheville, North Carolina, a mere 2 days before he received a call from Vince McMahon. That call in 2011 brought the news that a severe neck injury would force him into his first retirement. In that instant, the house became more than just a property. It became the sanctuary where he would reconstruct his life outside the ring. He shares this home with his wife, Beth Phoenix, and their children. The estate itself is approximately 4 acres, or 1.6 hectares. It is designed in a rustic mountain style, offering open vistas that stretch toward the Blue Ridge Mountains. Images he has shared reveal a home with the character of a mountain lodge, featuring stone walls, large stone pillars, and wooden railings, all situated in a wide open green space overlooking distant forested hills. The lawn is expansive and level, an ideal playground for children, bordered by a low metal fence that distinguishes the family's living space from the sloping terrain just beyond. Inside, the living room immediately presents itself as the heart of the home. A grand stone fireplace is the room's focal point, crowned with a hand-carved wooden mantle that adds a sense of weight and warmth. A real fire burns within, casting a gentle, flickering light on the surrounding stone and wood. Another glimpse inside shows his 2 daughters near a large, arched window, which has a deep window seat built directly into the wall. From this perch, the forest and the faraway mountains are perfectly framed. As sunlight pours into the room, this window seat serves as a cherished family space. Edge once playfully noted that his world is his 2 daughters playing on a fresh pile of folded laundry. The residence also features a small entertainment corner for the children, neatly set into its own alcove. A drum set, comfortable seating, and dedicated overhead lighting create an informal area for music and play, which feels connected to, rather than separate from, the rest of the house. The home itself is a reflection of a life that prioritizes recovery and balance. Its very atmosphere is shaped by the natural elements of wood, stone, and light. What stays with you is not one particular feature, but the overarching, calm rhythm of mountain life and a feeling of stability that has only deepened as everything else has slowed down. There is a palpable serenity to this home, isn't there? Let us now explore the very assets that architected this kind of profound freedom for him. According to Forbes, Edge's net worth is estimated at $8 million. This figure was not the result of one blockbuster deal, but rather the product of over 25 years of deliberate career navigation, especially in how he restructured his earnings as he entered a more selective and sustainable chapter of his life. In his later career, Adam Copeland's return to World Wrestling Entertainment was defined by a highly strategic part-time agreement. During this chapter, his annual income was reportedly between $2 million and $3 million a year, an amount sustained by guaranteed appearance payments, premium live event incentives, merchandise royalties, and long-term image rights. He intentionally avoided a full touring schedule. Instead, he prioritized high-impact performances at major events, thereby converting fewer appearances into more lucrative paydays. This model allowed him to protect his physical well-being and extend his career, all while maintaining top-tier earnings. In September of 2023, he made another calculated move, joining All Elite Wrestling. His agreement there is reportedly worth $2 million annually, built upon match guarantees, pay-per-view bonuses, and merchandise revenue tied to this new era of his career. The transition wasn't about chasing a larger sum, but about gaining ownership, creative autonomy, and long-term leverage. While his income remained formidable, his control over his professional narrative expanded significantly. Beyond wrestling, Adam has cultivated other steady streams of revenue. In recent years, his acting work, including projects like Money Plane and appearances in television series, has contributed an estimated $300,000 to $500,000 each year. He also profits from brand endorsements and partnerships with fitness and gaming companies, which add approximately $200,000 to $400,000 annually. Convention appearances and autograph sessions continue to generate an additional $100,000 to $200,000 per year, a testament built upon decades of fan devotion. His wealth is anchored in tangible assets. Back in 2009, Adam Copeland acquired a 4-acre estate in Asheville, North Carolina for $1,400,000. The rustic 4,000 square foot log home is now estimated to be worth approximately $3 million. This estate is a physical embodiment of his financial choices, translating into a lifestyle built on privacy, space, and enduring stability. Edge's financial strategy is no longer about sheer volume. It is about preservation, leverage, and timing. Every contract and appearance is a carefully placed piece in a long-term framework, illustrating that his greatest asset is not a single paycheck, but his unwavering discipline. It's easy to focus on the wealth Edge has built, but for the man himself, that wealth is not the final goal. What holds far greater significance is how he channels it toward meaningful and charitable endeavors. Through his dedicated involvement with Connor's Cure, he has championed a program that has raised more than $30 million dollars for pediatric cancer research and patient care. His work involves more than just fundraising. It includes personal hospital visits, where families have received direct aid for medical expenses, specialized therapies, and long term care needs. Edge has also been a devoted partner to the Make a Wish Foundation, helping to grant the wishes of children with life threatening illnesses. His personal participation and direct contributions, estimated at around $200,000, have funded travel, created unique experiences, and provided intimate moments that restore a sense of joy and control for children undergoing treatment. Furthermore, Edge has been a vocal advocate for spinal injury awareness and rehabilitation programs, directing an estimated $300,000 to $500,000 toward critical research, therapy services, and adaptive technologies. This charity is always focused and intentional. Every contribution is aimed at relieving real-world pressures, supporting recovery, and affording families a measure of dignity when they need it most. It is a kindness that truly deserves recognition. So now, we turn to the final chapter. What does the man behind the persona's daily life truly entail? Let's take a look. At the age of 52, Adam Copeland lives a life that moves at a much quieter tempo than the character audiences have come to know. His existence is now defined by home, routine, and being present, rather than by constant motion. Wrestling remains a part of his identity, but it no longer dictates the flow of his days. He shares this world with his wife, Beth Phoenix, and their two daughters. In this private sphere, the Edge persona fades away. He is a deeply engaged father who designs his entire schedule around school mornings, family dinners, and the small, sacred rituals of home life. He has often expressed that his most important legacy will not be championship titles, but the simple fact that his daughters can always count on him to be there. Even his most significant professional decisions are filtered through family dialogue, with the comfort and reassurance of his children holding immense weight. You can see this grounded philosophy reflected in what Adam chooses to share online. His posts are centered on humor, warmth, and the beauty of ordinary moments. He often shares endearing videos with Beth, such as one where he jests about becoming a social media influencer, only to concede he's too distracted by her to accomplish anything. The tone is always relaxed and affectionate, revealing a marriage founded on comfort and mutual amusement. The family's life is also enriched by their animals. Adam frequently posts about their dogs, finding gentle humor in simple, everyday events. One picture captures their dog, Pickles, relaxing in Beth's lap, with a caption imagining the dog's confident prediction of a Toronto Maple Leafs victory. His self-aware wit, even as he jokes about having issues for creating a persona for his pet, gives these moments a feeling of complete honesty. The family resides on a quiet, expansive property in Asheville, North Carolina, a place specifically chosen to ensure privacy and a healthy distance from the wrestling world. Their home is their sanctuary. Mornings often start outdoors, with a walk around the grounds or time spent with their rescue dogs. The afternoons unfold at a slower pace, filled with shared responsibilities and the simple, priceless gift of unstructured time together. Edge and Beth have drawn a clear boundary around their daughter's privacy, choosing to share only curated, heartfelt snapshots of their world, a holiday celebration, a quiet walk in nature, the simple rhythm of their days. A Mother's Day post offered a rare window into the very heart of his current world. In it, he paid tribute to his own mother, reflecting on how her spirit lives on in the eyes of his daughter, and he spoke with conviction, knowing she would be proud of the family and the home he and Beth have created together. He also honored Beth, calling her the anchor that holds their family steady, and he readily admitted that his journey has been guided by powerful women at every single turn. But it is when he speaks of his children that the depth of his love becomes truly clear. For his daughter Lyric's birthday, he mused on the fleeting nature of time, admitting with a smile that he sees his own stubborn streak in her, a reflection that clearly brings him joy. He paints a picture of their life through these small treasures. Quiet nights spent reading side by side, the whole family bundled together for a movie, and the profound happiness of witnessing her become the person she is meant to be. It is these quiet moments, he emphasizes, that hold the most meaning for him. This same openness extends to his journey of recovery and resilience. When sharing an image of his healing leg, he chose humor over hardship, cracking jokes about his collection of new scars, screws, and plates, even likening himself to RoboCop. While photos from his training reveal unwavering discipline, the mission behind them has evolved. The goal is no longer about demonstrating toughness. It is about cultivating longevity, preserving his health, and ensuring he remains strong for the life he has chosen. He extends this sense of gratitude to their rescued dog, Haven, using his platform to share their story. His posts on the subject are a lesson in compassion, focusing on love, safety, and a profound appreciation for everyone who aided in the rescue. This commitment to what's important is reflected as the weekends arrive, and his online presence fades into a quiet stillness. A single image captures this essence perfectly. Edge and one of his daughters, walking together through the woods, completely natural and beautifully ordinary. In these quiet scenes, far from the roar of the crowd and the weight of expectation, his true life emerges with more honesty than any championship title could ever convey. For Edge, success now is defined by something far simpler: the freedom to live a life of his own design. What he cherishes now is tranquility, autonomy, and the clarity of his own values. This chapter isn't about seeking validation or chasing the spotlight. It's about safeguarding what is most important and being fully present within the world he has so carefully constructed. If this glimpse into the life of Adam Copeland beyond the squared circle resonated with you, we invite you to share your thoughts. Let us know which of these moments connected with you the most, and be sure to follow for more stories that explore the person behind the persona.